Hey guys, today we're going to be diagnosing Devil May Cry on the HD collection for the PS3. The game starts off by telling you about a war that happened 2,000 years ago between the human world and the other being the underworld. However, someone woke up to justice. He stood up against the Legion alone and ruled over the human world quietly, keeping harmony. He was the legendary Dark Knight, Sparta. I think that guy in the background is Sparta. We jump into the game and a woman falls onto the street and we transition to the Devil May Cry office. Suddenly, the woman bursts into the office with a bike. Where did she get that? We learn that our main character is named Dante and he is the son of Sparta. He has been working as a handyman to find the person that killed his brother and mother 20 years ago. Dante threatens the woman who knows about his vengeance to get answers. The woman tests Dante's strengths and basically hires him to take down the whole underworld, as the Emperor is trying to take over the world. You start the game outside and you won't encounter enemies for a while, giving you time to get accustomed to the controls of the game. The game is simple with its combat system, giving you a melee attack, a shooting button, and a button to auto aim. They also introduced these orbs. The blue one increases health, the red one is used to level up and open doors, and the yellow ones are for continues. The objective of this game is basically a scavenger hunt looking for materials to confront Mundus, the Emperor of the Underworld. Finding each item is separated by missions, which is odd, but it does provide a player with an image of the objective, which I think was a nice touch. The game does provide a map to work with, but it's not necessary since the areas you will be exploring are small. We find our fresh sword, the Alistair, and the shotgun. Our first boss in this game is a giant lava rock spider, and I died a lot. Compared to the regular enemies in this game, the bosses are very tough. Beating the spider causes it to run away, and in the next room it starts to chase you. Unlike other games, there are not many plot crucial cutscenes in this game until the end, so I will be skipping around in the game to the boss fights. The next boss fight is against my own reflection. No wait, it's some demon dude. When we win the fight, the demon guy is kicking our ass, but the pendant somehow causes him to lose control and fly away. I do want to take a moment to talk about the shotgun because this weapon makes me feel like a badass. It was my weapon of choice as it knocked enemies back if they were too close and could do tons of damage. More importantly, however, the enemies could not counter me when I used the shotgun. For some reason, the enemies could block my attacks and counterattack when I used the blade, but not the guns. The guns were my main used weapon throughout the whole game because of this. The downside to this was you get less red orbs from the enemies. We had to fight the spider thing again, but this time he had red glowy hands. Or legs, I don't know what that is. When we beat him, he falls through a glass floor and gets impaled. We also see Trish impressed by Dante's power. We find the next gun, which is a grenade launcher, or a grenade gun as the game calls it. This gun is basically a better shotgun for me. It deals more damage, but it just takes a little longer to reload between shots. Lucky for us, all the guns have infinite ammo. The next item we find are some infant gauntlets, which suck, because they're just shorter melee weapons, and the guns are 1,000 times better. Right after we meet our next boss, which is a giant griffin, who we just shoot at and he just flies away at the end. As we grenade launch our way through the game, Demon Guy shows up again with the same pattern of fighting as last time, and when he is defeated, he turns into flames and flies away. Next level has an underwater section, which is just horrendous. The motion blur just make my eyes bleed. The boss we fight here is the giant griffin, and this is where I learned to cheese every boss fight. This fight is hard. You have a bird that attaches to you and comes back and forth hitting you while you also try to dodge laser attacks. My solution? Turn into Devil Trigger, which is a powered up mode and just spam range attacks. It does massive damage and the gauge for it fills up fast. While playing this game, I noticed that it has fixed camera angles like Resident Evil. And to my surprise, this game started as a Resident Evil game. And you can tell. The game takes place in a small interconnected map with backtracking, like other Resident Evil games, and an amazing atmosphere. Not only is the environment great, but so is our main character. The white hair, the red coat, that arrogant attitude.
I hope for your sake you got something inside that big body of yours.
Makes him one of the most memorable cool guys in gaming. I wish to be Dante. We find the last gun in the game called the Nightmare Beta. Reminds me of a xenomorph from the Alien movies. We fight the griffin again and he was much easier this time because that bird wasn't there. He gets crushed by a pillar and Mundus kills him for failing to kill Dante. We learn here that Mundus was the person who killed both Dante's mother and brother. Surprisingly, the next boss is a new guy that has no idea what it is. It almost looks like the gun I just got. This thing is the strongest boss in this game, since you can't cheese him like the other bosses. Until I started using holy water. This thing does a crap ton of damage. The items in general are overpowered in this game. The purple star restores your devil trigger. The green star restores a bar of health, but you can only carry one. The holy water just does a crap ton of damage. And the yellow star makes you invulnerable with infinite devil trigger for a while. Defeating it causes it to melt into the floor and we fight Demon Guy again. He powers up and reveals his face. He looks straight out of a Soul Calibur game. We beat him again and it's shown to us that Trish is actually working for Mundus. Plot twist, I guess? We then see our sword transform into the Soul Edge from Soul Calibur. You would think this is the most powerful sword in the game since it's the last one you get. And it does do a little bit more damage than the other weapons, but it takes away your devil trigger. The thing that wins you the game is taken away from you for a little power boost. Not the best weapon in my opinion. We fight the slug fused to a xenomorph again. Dante then jumps through a portal to the underworld and we fight the thing again. But Trish is there this time. Halfway through the battle, Trish betrays Dante. Mundus tried to kill Trish for failing her mission. But in the nick of time, Dante saves her because she looks like his mother. We approach Mundus and he uses Trish as a hostage. As he tries to do the finishing blow, Trish steps in and takes the hit instead. Dante gets mad and we're taken to space, where Dante transforms. The battle with Mundus. It's a shoot 'em up section, but at least we get to shoot dragons at him. We fall from the sky to the top of a volcano and we fight him again. I think this was supposed to be a hard fight, because you're supposed to fight him twice with only one life. But I just used the yellow star making me invulnerable and spam projectiles. We're back at the chapel with a dead Trish and Dante has a moment.
I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light!
Everything is collapsing and we have to escape. While running away, we fall through a collapsed floor into the sewers, and Mundus comes back again. It's like you have to beat everyone 3 times minimum before they die in this game. We cheese this boss fight, but before killing him, Trish appears, and she gives us some of her energy to shoot Mundus one more time. Trish and Dante have a moment, and Dante tells her that devils never cry, contradicting the title of this game. Out of nowhere, a plane just happens to fall into the sewer, allowing the two to escape. Trish talks about how blue the sky is, and Dante tells her how the sky is fair because it's always above you. Trish then becomes Dante's psychic, and they change the business name to Devils Never Cry, and credits. When you beat the game, you can play it on hard mode with all the items and upgrades you had. Basically a new game plus. There are also secret missions, which I found none of. In conclusion, I had fun with the game. I felt like a complete badass with the shotgun and the grenade launcher, which was enhanced by Dante's cocky attitude.
Block off, Featherface, or you can stick around and find out the hard way.
I did not like how imbalanced the game was between the sword and the guns, and how one could just cheese the game with the ranged weapons and items. The story feels coupled together, which makes sense since this was supposed to be a Resident Evil game first, but the story doesn't really matter in this game. All in all, I think we can all agree that Dante is a badass, and he should be in the new Soul Calibur game. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about the episode here on YouTube or on Twitter. If you want to watch more episodes, watch my last one on the death and return of Superman. And as always, my lovely patients, thank you guys for watching and tune in next time.